The man I loved has become a stranger who drains my soul. I'm a mess right now, my heart pounding with a mix of anger and despair. I need to vent, maybe even a hug, I don't know, but I'm reaching out here because I'm at my breaking point. I've been married to my husband for 34 years, and he was diagnosed with Parkinson's 24 years ago. It was a slow-moving disease until the last few years, when the mental changes hit us like a tsunami. But our marriage hasn't been good for a long time. I felt like I've become more of a caretaker than a wife, my feelings disregarded and my heart aching for the love we've lost. It all started with him not bathing regularly or changing his clothes often. At first, I thought it was just depression. It's common in Parkinson's patients, after all. But it was more than that. He spent endless hours online, lost in video games, ignoring our kids and me. I tried to be patient, thinking it was his way of coping with his illness. But as the years went by, it became clear that he'd rather escape into another world than face the reality of ours. Then, about 6 months ago, I met someone new through my business, a man who actually listens to me, respects me, and treats me like a person. We've never even kissed, but the small flirtation was enough to show me just how terrible my marriage had become. It's like I was living in a house with a stranger who didn't care about me. The contrast broke my heart. Things got even worse when his medication changed, and he started having hallucinations and delusions. He believed he had parasites in his body and began digging them out of his skin. It was horrifying. He even started examining his poop, convinced the parasites were there. I humored him at first, took him to the ER, and finally got his neurologist to adjust his medication. But the damage was done, and I was so stressed out that I started seeing a therapist. But the final straw, the one that pushed me to the brink, came 2 weeks ago. He told me he'd found a young woman online who had cared for her father with Parkinson's. She was supposedly broke and living in her car, so he invited her to live with us and take care of him. He said she was on her way for a job interview. I was shocked, and when I checked our bank account, I found he'd already sent her $900. He lied about it, saying it was for her to drive, not fly. I told him if she showed up, I was leaving. He promised to tell her not to come, but 2 days later, he sent her another